Hello world, Krista here with Books and Jams, and as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, I have books from Book Outlet. Yay! I ordered books actually on Thanksgiving Day. Their Black Friday sale started on Thanksgiving Day. So as soon as it went live, I ordered because I had already been putting loads of books into my cart and I wanted to be sure to get as many of them as I could. So I placed an order, and I remember some of the things that are in this box, but I don't remember everything. So I'm very excited to show you today all the books that I got. I love when Book Outlet has a good sale because they know how to do a sale. And now that they have free shipping on orders over $35, it makes it even better. So, all right, the first two books that I pulled out of the box are by the same author, and that is Jessie Burton. So I picked up The Miniaturist and The Muse. I'm a little bit bummed that they're not the same size, but honestly, I don't care because these covers are both gorgeous. They're beautiful, huh? I have heard a lot of mixed things about The Miniaturist, but my good friend in Massachusetts read it recently and she really enjoyed it. So I am looking forward to it. This has an element of historical fiction in it. It is set in 1686 in Amsterdam. It's about an 18-year-old who is newly married, and her new husband presents her with a miniature version, kind of like a dollhouse of their home. She hires a miniaturist to create all of the furniture and things for this miniature size home of theirs, but then some things go down. I'm not really sure what goes down. Unusual secrets and escalating dangers. I don't know. Sounds exciting though. I know probably many of you have read it. What did you think of this one? And then The Muse is Jessie Burton's most recent work. I, again, don't know anything about it except that holy cover. Yeah, I don't know anything about this one either. So let me know if you've read this one. I really don't think I've heard anything about it either. I'm looking forward to getting into these in 2018. I have heard a couple people talk about this next one, and I was so thrilled when I saw it on Book Outlet, and that is Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer. I think I heard Murphy from Murphy Napier most recently talk about this, but I've heard a few others as well. I will have a box of tissues ready when I read this one, and I believe it's about a woman whose fiance or boyfriend or husband dies, and she leaves letters on his grave, and then a caretaker in the graveyard picks up these letters, and I don't know if he answers them or somehow they get connected or something along those lines, but it sounds like something right up my alley. I grabbed the third in the A Darker Shade of Magic trilogy. This is A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I started A Darker Shade of Magic over the summer while I was still in Massachusetts, and I really enjoyed it, but I did not continue on with the series. So now I have all three of them, and I will be finishing this series in 2018. Jenna from Jen the Librarian has talked about this book before, The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill, and she really loved it. This is a Newbery Medal winner, which is a children's book award that is given. So I'm excited to read this. I believe it's about this village that believes there's a witch in the woods, and they leave their children out for the witch, but the witch doesn't know why they're leaving their children in the woods. Something like that, if I have the right book. Yes, every year the people of the Protectorate leave a baby as an offering to the witch who lives in the forest. They hope this sacrifice will keep her from terrorizing their town. But the witch in the forest is kind. She shares her home with a wise swamp monster and a perfectly tiny dragon. She rescues the children and delivers them to welcoming families on the other side of the forest, nourishing the babies with starlight on the journey. So this, I've heard from Jenna that it's a beautiful book, and I was thrilled when I saw this on Book Outlet. I picked up two more books in the Fairyland series. This one is The Girl Who Soared Over Fairyland and Cut the Moon in Two. And this one is The Girl Who Raced Fairyland All the Way Home. And these are by Catherine M. Valente. I only have book one of this series. Book Outlet had, I think, all the rest of them, but some of them were already sold by the time I purchased my cart. So this is book 5 and this is book 4. So I now need to look for books 2 and 3, but I'm excited to someday read through this whole series. That just looks like a lot of fun. I got one more middle grade young adult. I think it is middle grade. This is called The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. That's a tongue twister. Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Say that 5 times fast. This is a historical fiction, middle grade, about a little girl who lives in London, and her brother is sent away to avoid the war or escape the war, World War II. and I think World War II. It might even be World War I. It doesn't say on the back what year. This little girl, Ada, who is lame, escapes as well with her brother. She sneaks out so that she can escape with him. So I've heard that this is a really good book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I picked up Jojo Moyes' short story collection called Paris for One and Other Stories. This is a hardcover, but it's in the same style of the other Jojo Moyes books that I have, so I am glad that I got this one. I have only read Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, but I'm looking forward to reading more from her in 2018, and you'll be seeing some of that. I have a project coming up in 2018 called Read My Own Shelves. So I am going to be doing a series of videos coming up that it just kind of goes through some of the different categories and books from my shelves that I am going to give myself the goal of reading in 2018. So you'll see that soon. And the final book that I picked up from Book Outlet on Black Friday is The Ringmaster His Wife by Christy Cambron. And Christy Cambron is a Christian fiction author. And this one is about the circus, clearly. This is about two different women in turn of the century America and then beyond that. But one of them leaves her farm life in the country to kind of explore and try something new. And then another woman named Lady Rosamond Easling boards a ship to America as a last adventure before her arranged marriage. So it's about these two women and their lives intersecting and a circus. Oh, that's not the last one. I actually have 3 more and forgot there was more in the box here. All right. I picked up Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. I also have The American Heiress and Fortune Hunter by Daisy Goodwin, and so I wanted to have all of her books. I'm not sure if this is all of them, but this is a historical fiction about Queen Victoria. This next one is a complete and total cover buy, and it's called The Year She Left Us by Catherine Ma. This is a book about adoption. This woman was adopted from a Chinese orphanage when she was a baby, I believe. As an adult, travels back to China to this home orphanage to kind of discover her roots and where she came from. And it's the story of her going through that process, but also her adoptive mother and grandmother as they walk through that with her and the things that they learn about themselves and each other along the way. So it's kind of a family drama with a beautiful cover. I love books about adoption. I don't know if you guys know, I have 6 adopted siblings in my family. So that's very close to my heart, but also a book that is set in China will be very interesting and not something that I read all the time. So I'm looking forward to that. And finally, I know this book has had very mixed reviews, but I can't resist a gorgeous cover. And so this is Caravelle by Stephanie Garber. I probably should have gotten this one from the library. This is a YA about, I believe, 2 sisters and a circus and some almost like a scavenger hunt type of a thing. Some danger. It sounded intriguing enough to me, even though I've heard people that said it was a little underwhelming. I couldn't resist this cover and the shimmery beautifulness that it is. So I wanted to grab it when it was super cheap on Book Outlet. So here are all the books that I purchased on Black Friday from Book Outlet. Dun, da, da, da. And Caravelle. I can't get back any farther because my tree is literally right there. So there's actually they're in there. They're all in frame. Yes. Okay, I'm setting them down now. I know a lot of these are popular ones that you've probably read, so I would love to hear from you what you thought of any of these books, or if any of them are kind of on your radar and you'd be interested in reading them with me in the new year. I look forward to all of them. I'm very excited that I got them for so cheap. Thank you, Book Outlet, for supplying my addiction. That's it for me today, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm very excited to be talking to you soon about all of my Read My Own Bookshelves plan for 2018 goals. That's it for me today, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you did, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know down in the comments any of these books that you enjoyed or didn't enjoy, or what you thought of them, or anything you want to chat about. Put it down in the comments. I love to chat with you down there. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye!